continue to do the work here in Groceryland and from wherever neighborhood you're coming from. Again, I want to thank you all for being here. You know, Lori, it's unbelievable that she's gone. But we're gonna keep going. I want to introduce our last speaker, who needs no introduction, and really the reason why you all are here today, because he wanted to make sure that this was a collection of people that she wanted to be with. So thank you for being here, and I'd like to introduce Victor Salvo, the legacy partner.
Thank you all, the women. Appreciate everyone's remarks here this morning. Lori would have been tickled by this turnout. If there's one person we all surely wish was here, and that's the woman herself. To address that, I have decided to read an excerpt from a speech given by Lori a few years back. Her words mean as much now as ever. In August 1988, a small group of people gathered in a living room in Lakeview. We were veterans of ACT UP and the Ames Project. Some of us had worked together on the National March on Washington. Whatever our background, we had one thing in common. Everyone we knew was either dead, dying, or struggling to help someone who was heading there. We were tired, we were scared, we were angry, but we wanted, we needed to do something more than sew aids, quilt panels, and mentally prepare for the death of thing another friend. We needed something more. It was from this unlikely bunch of medieval people stumbling through a plague that a program to feed those who were dying came about. Using San Francisco's Project Open Hand as a model, we created Open Hand Chicago, the city's first and only in-home Meals on Wheels program for people living with AIDS. Open Hand delivered its first meals prepared in a private home on Christmas Eve, 1988. Regular meal delivery started January 2nd, 1989, out of Ann Sather's kitchen. First there were 35 clients, then 70, then 120, then 300. Once social workers became aware of the program's existence, referrals began to pour in. By the end of 1989, over 41,000 hot and ready-to-eat evening dinners and boxed lunches were being delivered every single day to 1,200 people suffering from AIDS. By 1993, we had delivered over 175,000 meals. And in spite of its rapid growth, Open Hand remained committed to being responsive and flexible. Though there was never a waiting list, we knew something was going to have to change if we were going to continue operating within our budget. Thanks to the advent of the protease inhibitor cocktail, thousands of people were freed from automatic death sentence AIDS had been, but they were still too sick to do more than provide minimal care for themselves. As it turned out, by providing groceries, 3 times as many people could be served from every dollar raised that previously went exclusively to home-delivered meals. That was how Groceryland Food Pantry, a division of Open Hand, was born. Today, Groceryland leads a network of food pantries as part of Heartland Health Alliance, providing clients throughout the Chicago area with enough food to prepare nearly 682,000 meals annually. The program offers dietary consultation, health screening, diagnostic services, and counseling, all of which combine to improve the quality of life of people still caught in the grip of an epidemic which shows no signs of abating. The successful evolution of the original Open Hand is a shining tribute to the creativity, tenacity, compassion, and common sense of Chicago's LGBTQ community, which built from the bottom up every major institutional service provider for the AIDS and HIV community. Those of us, the survivors, have an obligation to bear witness and to celebrate our heroes until that one day when we can close our doors for good because we are no longer needed. That was Lori in a nutshell. It was always about the volunteers, about what so many did, what so many gave, but it was never about herself. Well, today we recognize the volunteers and the mission, of course, but we are here for the woman herself. As Groceryland and its fellow network pantries prepare to commemorate the 20 million meals. Honor to recognize Lori Cannon as the visionary who made it all possible. None of us would be here if it wasn't for him. Thank you, Lori.